Hey there, Chris here. We're going to take a quick first look at the Spigen Neo Hybrid case for the iPhone 6. I recorded this video a couple of days ago, and since the video was recorded, I realized that the buttons on the Neo Hybrid case are very terrible. They do not engage the buttons correctly. However, I very quickly received an email from Spigen, and they sent out some button stabilizers to insert on the inside of the case to fix them. If you want to go ahead and jump to about the 8-minute mark of this video, we'll show you how to install the stabilizers, and we'll talk about how the button response is after the installation of those. I do apologize, in the video when I was recording it I had my son with me, so I'm fighting with him part of the time. So we'll just go ahead and jump right into the video. This is the new Spigen Neo Hybrid case, the plastic version for the iPhone 6. So I had this case for the iPhone 5S. It was my last case I had on the 5S, and I absolutely loved it. It was thin, it was durable. I mean, I'm pretty careful with my phones, but it definitely hit the ground a couple of times. So I decided to give it another try. This is the plastic version. It was $19.99 on Amazon. They have them for $15.99 if you don't mind to get a different color. I wanted the white one. It's the one I had last time and I loved it. I was willing to pay a couple more dollars to get the color I wanted. And they make an aluminum one as well. It sounds really cool. It's just exactly like this one, except for instead of the bumper on the edge being plastic, it's aluminum. And I could have got one that was the same color as the back of the iPhone 6. But whereas this one's got a solid back, the aluminum one, it's neat. It's got a cutout right here for the Apple symbol, but I'm a wiener and I didn't want my Apple symbol to get scratched up. So naturally I'm going to cover it up so nobody can see it, but it will be scratch free. Alright, so looks like a Spigen case. This part is just rubber, kind of flimsy rubber. This part on the outside, this is a plastic bumper. The buttons, they always feel really nice. I don't actually know if they're metal. They look metal and they feel metal. They could still just be shiny plastic, but it feels a lot like my other one. One concern I had, I didn't have any problems with this on my iPhone 5S. My cousin had the same case for his Galaxy S4, and this part right here, where my thumb is, cracked on him on both sides. Where this phone is a little bit bigger and a little bit thinner, that's my one concern, is that I might have that same issue. I'll update you guys and let you know how it happens, or how it holds up. So to put this in, if it's anything like the iPhone 5 version, you give it to your son and let him eat it. Okay, this part really doesn't matter. I always put it in button sides first. It truly doesn't matter, the rubber part. You just pop this in, just like that. Hey, Logan. And then this part, I did think it was easier to put button side first. So you just line it up, pop it on just like that, and then it just kind of pops into place all around. The design is, it's almost the same as the iPhone 5S version. It's a little bit different because the 5S had the flat edges, and so did the Spigen case. This one follows the contour of the iPhone. It's got the rounded edges. It feels really nice. It's cool because if you haven't played with the iPhone 6 yet, and if you ever get a hold of one, the glass on the iPhone 6 on the front is actually curved. It curves straight into the aluminum side, so it feels completely seamless. Let me pop it out of here real quick, so you can see what I'm talking about. Right here, the glass curves into the aluminum. You can feel where the glass ends and the aluminum starts, but just barely. So the cool thing about this case is it's very similar, in that it feels very seamless going from the plastic over to the rubber. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it in frame, but fighting my son too here. Yeah, so right here, just like on the iPhone, the plastic going into the rubber it's pretty much seamless. So it feels a lot like holding an iPhone. We'll take a quick look here at your buttons and cutouts. Here along the left side, you've got your cutout for your silent switch. You've got these two buttons for your volume rockers. They're the same shape as the buttons on the iPhone. That's all you've got down the left side. On the bottom, you have your cutouts for your speaker right here. It's kind of skinny, but it might be the same size of the holes. Maybe a little bit thinner. Shouldn't be much of a problem. You have a pretty big cutout right there for your lightning connector. And then you've got an extra large cutout right there for your headphone jack and your microphone. It does look like if you have fatter headphones, it doesn't look like that's quite wide enough to fit a lot of the bigger headphone jacks. I primarily use the Apple ones, so it won't be a problem for me. Going around to the right side, there are absolutely no cutouts down the right side. You've just got the one button for your power button right there. And then you've got your, you can see this, your Neo Hybrid. There you go, you got your Neo Hybrid branding right there on the side. And then if we move around to the top, the new iPhone doesn't have anything up top, so you don't have anything up top here on your case either. Right away, I just opened it, you watched me open it. Right away I can tell you that it does feel nice. It doesn't add a substantial amount of bulk to the phone. I'd love to tell you how it feels in comparison when using the iPhone. However, I haven't actually used my iPhone yet, so but I'll have to keep you updated what my experience is like using it. But it feels nice, it feels solid. The aluminum option might be a better option for a lot of people, and I really wanted to go with it. The only reason I didn't go with the aluminum one is because of that cutout on the back, and I was worried about scratching up the Apple symbol under there. One thing that's really cool about using cases with this new iPhone is the new iPhone has that protruding camera lens right there. But you see with this case, it's just a little bit thicker than the camera lens. So that'll keep your camera protected. Okay, so it didn't take me very long to realize that this case, the button response is absolutely terrible. Sometimes when I push the volume down button, of course it's going to work right now, but see, it kind of pushes both of them when I hit that. The volume up button, there's no satisfying click, not on the sleep wake button either. However, Spigen very quickly did send out an email admitting or acknowledging the issue, and they sent out these little, what they're calling are button stabilizers. They send you two sets, and essentially what they are is they are little teeny tiny stickers, plastic stickers. So we're going to go ahead and throw these on the case real quick. They send you these instructions. They're really not very helpful. Looks like all it's showing is that you stick them to the inside of the buttons right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that real quick and see how the case performs afterwards. Go ahead and pop my iPhone out right here. Just set that over to the side. So these are going to be placed right here on the insides of the buttons. So the power one will go right here and the volume one will go right there. All you do, so I'm going to go ahead and just install them real quick. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Basically all they are little rubbery stickers that you put on the inside of these. I don't know if they just didn't make these buttons thick enough or what. They did send two sets. My concern already is that they are going to fall off and get lost, and the button response is going to be not acceptable still. That does really worry me. I would much rather them have replaced the whole outside of this case for me. I'll keep it for a few days, see how it works. I might be returning this case until they come out with the Generation 2 one that doesn't have that problem. I do remove my case pretty often. I take it off and clean my phone, and I like to fondle it without a case on it. So I think the sliding this on and off could cause a problem. So let's go ahead and pop the iPhone back in here and see how it does. Alright, so I just popped the case on. I can tell you that on the power button, this is the first time I've used it, the power button definitely gives a much more satisfying click there. It feels perfect. And the volume buttons here, let's check them out. So that's clicking nice. Alright, so still if I push it just in the right spot there, on this bottom volume button, it was still engaging both of them. I really appreciate Spigen being on the ball with that and sending those out as quickly as they did. It's been less than a week since the iPhone came out, and I got them in the mail the day before yesterday. However, I am concerned that they will slide off, and that would not be fun. So there you have it. That's a Neo hybrid case from Spigen. Couple of issues right offhand with the button clickiness. However, with the button stabilizers, there is a very, very distinct difference in button response after the stabilizers are installed. Not a perfect solution. If you're in the market for a good iPhone case, I can definitely recommend this one if you need one now. However, if you're able to, I would recommend holding off on buying this case until Spigen has a version 2 of the case where you don't have to install those little stickers. You'll get much better performance. You won't have to worry about them sliding off. I really do appreciate the company being so proactive on sending out those button stabilizers to get those who ordered the case on day one a case that is functional very quickly. I'll leave a link to Spigen's webpage down below in the description. If you have any questions about the case or about this review, just go ahead and pop them down there. And if you have any suggestions or complaints, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm always open to constructive criticism. Next time I'll try not to be fighting with my son too much as I'm making my videos. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if this was helpful. We'll talk to you later. My name is Chris, and I'm a nerd. Do you want to touch it? Here, you can touch it. Okay.